Hello, I'm Joe Pearson, the Planning and Environmental Services Manager, and I'll be presenting this item, which is the request for a Planning Commission stipend. Starting with the background, the Oxnard Planning Commission consists of 7 members who serve at the pleasure of the City Council and may be removed and replaced at Council's discretion. The qualifications for planning commissioners are that they must reside in the city and must be at least 18 years of age. Commissioners are nominated by council members to 4-year terms unless a vacancy occurs during the term of a commissioner. A member of the commission may serve up to 2 consecutive terms. Pursuant to the Oxnard City Code, the members of the commission do not receive compensation for their time preparing for or attending commission meetings, which is consistent with the other City of Oxnard citizen advisory groups, with the exception of the Oxnard Board of Commissioners, which do receive $50 per meeting and are required to attend the meeting to receive compensation. As with other citizen advisory groups within the city, the Oxnard City Code outlines that the City Council shall provide the funds and equipment necessary for the work of the Commission. Any changes to the compensation of the Commission would be at the discretion of the City Council. At the request of the Commission on August 15, 2024, City staff placed an item on the Commission agenda, a study session or report discussing the proposal of stipends for members of the Commission. At the meeting, Ronald Arejo, chair of the Planning Commission, prepared and submitted a memo highlighting the role of the Commission, a rate comparison looking at Oxnard compared to other cities, and the benefits of providing a stipend to the Commission. This is provided in the attachments to the staff report. The chair prepared a resolution in support of providing a stipend to the Commission for approval by the full Commission. After a presentation by the chair, the Commission discussed the proposal, noting generally that they were appreciative of the discussion and that while there was no compensation, it was an honor to serve on the Commission. Following the deliberations, the Commission voted 5-0 with 1 absence and 1 abstention to approve the resolution as prepared by the chair. As noted in the staff report, the approval of the compensation for the Commission is at the discretion of the City Council. The approved Planning Commission resolution only had the effect of allowing the chair and up to 2 other members of the Commission to present the resolution to the City Council during the City Council public comment period. The chair then presented the resolution to City Council. While the resolution could not be discussed in detail at the meeting, the council directed staff to bring the item to committee for further discussion. In summary, the request that is being made by the Commission is to modify the Oxnard City Code to remove the language not allowing compensation for members of the Commission and to provide $150 per meeting for every member of the Commission, and to include language that reimbursement shall be provided to the Planning Commission for actual necessary expenses incurred for city-related business, and that would be separate from the $150 that would be provided. Taking a step back and looking at the role of the Planning Commission, the Planning Commission is one of 7 city advisory groups established by the Oxnard City Code. However, the role of the Commission differs from many of the other CAGs in the city in that the Commission's role and responsibilities are defined in state law. The Commission's role is to make sound land use decisions supporting the mission statement. The mission statement The mission of Oxnard's planning division is to create, preserve, and enhance the quality of the city's natural and built environments through implementation of the general plan, zoning ordinance, adopted specific plans, local coastal plan, and the coastal zoning ordinance. More specifically, pursuant to Section 2-95 of the Oxnard City Code, the Commission has three core functions, which are the functions and duties assigned to the Commission by the Code and other ordinances and resolutions of the City Council, the functions set out in the California Government Code, and the duties imposed on a planning commission by the California Health and Safety Code. Under state law, the primary applicable code section is Government Code Section 65103, which outlines that each planning agency, or in this case, the Planning Commission, shall perform specific functions. In the city of Oxnard, the Commission is the decision maker on special use permits, variances, administrative relief from parking provisions, parcel map waivers, and coastal development permits. The Commission is the appeals body for development design review permits, downtown design review permits, minor modifications, temporary use permits, coastal exemptions, emergency permits, categorical exclusions, development review permits, administrative modifications, and final restoration plans. Lastly, the Commission is responsible for making recommendations to the City Council on zoning code / subdivision ordinance text amendments, zone changes, tentative subdivision maps, development agreements, specific plans, general plan amendments, and annexations. In addition to these items, pursuant to Government Code Section 65402, a finding of general plan conformity must be made by the Commission for any acquisition, disposition, vacation, or abandonment of any real city property by the city. So, staff is seeking direction on the following questions, which are shown here on the screen, which generally speak to whether the Commission should receive compensation, how compensation should be determined, requirements in order to receive compensation, and lastly, the amount of the compensation. Looking at the role of the Commission, there are three key areas to look at as we consider the provision of the stipend. The first is time commitment. The Commission currently holds their meetings on the first and third Thursday of each month at 6 p.m. in the council chambers. However, while rare, special meetings can be convened as needed. While there is a potential for up to 24 meetings each year, one or two of the meetings are often removed from the calendar due to conflicts with holidays. Meetings are held on an as-needed basis, so meetings are canceled when no items that are ready for the Commission's review, or if the Commission fails to achieve a quorum, which is 4 members. Based on data from 2023 and 2024, there were a total of 16 meetings held in 2023 and 14 meetings in 2024. Over that time period, there was an approximately 80% attendance rate by the Commission. The average meetings lasted 1 hour and 20 minutes and 1 hour and 41 minutes, respectively. However, it is important to note that due to the variation in the items that come before the Commission, the time of the meetings can vary from approximately 30 minutes for shorter items or lighter agendas to over 6 hours for more complicated projects. The same variation can also be found in the length of commission package, which can range from around 125 pages for smaller items to over 3,000 pages when including environmental documents, such as the recent Teal Club project, as well as the Lockwood 3 project, which both included substantial environmental documents. The second item to consider are the potential benefits of commission stipends. As noted in the staff report, the commission serves important functions prescribed by the state. These functions are critical for the growth of a city, as sound decision making is important for the development of a city, particularly as planning and more specifically housing has become a focus of state regulation. While staff is not making a recommendation specifically for or against the provision of stipends, the chair laid out the following potential benefits, which include encouraging qualified persons to become members of the planning commission, as well as increased retention of members, which helps with institutional and historical knowledge of projects. Although not directly stated in the chair's memo, if the stipend requires attendance at the meeting, then the stipend would also encourage attendance of those appointed to the commission. Although it rarely occurs, lack of attendance by commissioners can delay decisions on development projects, impacting developer timelines. Also, commissioner turnover can require additional training and funding, which can be up to $2,000 per commissioner for certain commissioner conferences, and additional staff time to bring new commissioners up to speed. Returning commissioners can also bring much needed experience and continuity, which is beneficial for new members as well as developers. Lastly, the chair did conduct a survey of other neighboring agencies in Kern, Los Angeles, Santa Barbara, and Ventura counties, which was then verified by city staff and provided in attachment 3 of the staff report. The majority of agencies in the region did provide some sort of stipend. Of those surveyed, only 3 are confirmed to have provided mileage reimbursement. The agencies that provide stipend generally provide a stipend on a per meeting basis, and the majority of those required attendance to receive the stipend. The per meeting stipend generally range from $10 to $350 per meeting. As an alternative, a few agencies provided a flat monthly stipend, which ranged from $50 to $543, some of which required commissioner attendance and some did not. The Planning Commission, or the Oxnard Planning Commission, is not the only body in Ventura County which does not receive compensation. Based on the chair's research, the City of Port Hueneme does not have a separately appointed Planning Commission. Therefore, it is unknown how much the compensation for City of Ventura is at this time. The cities of Ojai and Fillmore did not respond to the inquiries when the resolution and memo were prepared. If the committee recommends a stipend, staff recommends or provides for the following context for committee consideration. That the data in attachment 3 of the staff report shows 22 agencies provide a per meeting stipend. Of those, one county provided $350 per meeting and one city provided $263 per meeting, with the remaining 20 reporting a per meeting amount ranging between $10 and $150 per meeting. While 7 of the surveyed agencies provided a monthly stipend rather than a per meeting stipend, of those 7 agencies, one provided $543 and another provided $375, with the remaining ranging between $50 and $200 per month. Putting the chair's recommendation of $150 in the context of a monthly stipend would equate to generally $300 per month based on the adopted schedule of 2 meetings per month. If the desire of the committee is to recommend a monthly stipend, staff suggests consideration of a minimum number of meetings and attendance requirements. Lastly, the chair included language in the Planning Commission resolution regarding reimbursement to the Planning Commission for actual and necessary expenses incurred for city-related business. There was no discussion at the meeting regarding that reimbursement change. There are no financial impacts associated with this agenda item. However, if the stipend for the commission is ultimately approved by City Council, the funding for the commissioner's stipend would come from the general fund. The chair's proposed $150 per meeting for every member of the commission. Based on the recommendations in the chair's proposal, the cost would be approximately $25,200 per year, assuming a stipend of $100 per commissioner per meeting and a total of 24 meetings per year with all commissioners in attendance. However, based on the data from the last 2 years, there were a total of 16 meetings in 2023 and 14 meetings in 2024. Over that time period, there was an approximately 80% attendance rate. Therefore, based on these two data points, with 7 commissioners, the stipend would have been approximately $16,800 and $14,700 respectively, if attendance is not required, and reduced to approximately $13,440 and $11,760 respectively, if attendance was required over the last 2 years. The amounts are for illustrative purposes only, as the exact amount could vary based on the stipend amount, methodology, and number of meetings held. The chair also included language regarding reimbursement for city-related expenses. Without any criteria developed for what qualifies for reimbursement, staff is unable to estimate the potential cost associated with that. So we would look to the committee to also provide direction as to what types of items would be eligible for reimbursement. If City Council ultimately recommends we proceed with the stipend proposal, further analysis of the financial impacts will be conducted, and the specific financial impacts will be presented in a future City Council agenda. Based on the analysis, staff recommends that the Finance and Governance Committee determine whether to recommend to the City Council the provision of a monetary stipend for members of the Planning Commission in recognition of their service, and if the committee recommends a stipend, provide a specific recommendation to the City Council regarding the details of the stipend, such as the amount and whether it should be paid on a monthly or per meeting basis.